Hi and welcome to this week's Rich Habits, Poor Habits webcast. Michael Yardney here, and welcome Tom Corley.
Hey Michael, how you doing?
Good, thank you. And if you're enjoying these weekly sessions that Tom and I have, why don't you do us a favour and do one of your friends a favour too by passing the message forward. We're giving of our time and knowledge to help spread the word about how to become more abundant in life and successful. So pass it on through Facebook, Twitter, send the email to somebody, because we're growing our community and we're enjoying that in the process, aren't we, Tom?
Yeah, I'm having a ball doing these video blogs. I really think they allow us to get more into the minutia and have a conversation instead of just, it's more relaxed, right, Michael?
Definitely, and it's actually spreading the word to a large community. So I know on Facebook and our blog and my blog, yours, is going well. And also I'm really excited about how well our book, Rich Habits, Poor Habits, is doing as well, Tom. And if you haven't got a copy of that, go to richhabitspoorhabits.com, find out all about it, because it's the result of Tom's 5-year study. And then I've got a lot of information about it as well. But Tom, today I'd like to talk about a concept of positivity, how important that is, because over the last little while, with all the news, the mixed messages and the media and the issues, I've found a lot of people are sort of getting a bit of a negative mindset. I think others just seem to walk around with a negative mindset all the time. How does that affect what happens with your life, Tom?
Well, it's everything, Michael, when it comes to success anyway and happiness. There's so many studies, and we'll get into them in this session, but there's so many studies out there that make it absolutely crystal clear that people who have a positive outlook, have a positive mindset, are going to have a better chance of being successful. And I guess the more important data point or a bit of information is that those who are walking around with a negative mindset virtually have zero chance of being successful in life.
That's really interesting. So you're saying it's almost impossible to become wealthy unless you've got a positive outlook.
Yeah, that's what I found in my research and studying the self-made millionaires, and that's what a lot of the studies that I found, that they just all point in the same direction, that you need to have a positive mental outlook in order to be successful. It doesn't mean you're going to be successful just because you have a positive mental outlook, but you have to have that.
Okay, so you're saying it's not just woo-woo stuff and metaphysical stuff. There's actually some theory, there's some science behind feeling positive and the end result. Is that correct?
That's right. Like one of the studies I wanted to highlight is this one called Daner, Nicholson, Locus, and Sanduic. It was a 2002 study, and what they found was individuals who had a positive mental outlook, individuals in their study who had a positive mental outlook, actually made more money than those in the study who had a negative outlook.
Okay, so people want to do business with people who they like, who have an optimistic mindset, who are more positive and more likable. That makes sense. Does positivity have anything to do with your health? I've heard that also seems to have some effect. If you've got good mindset, your health is better. Is that right? That's
right. And so there's some research from Harvard University, their Harvard Health Division, and they found that if you have an optimistic or positive mental outlook, it actually boosts your immune system. It increases your health by reducing your blood pressure, and it actually, by doing those two things, reduces the incidence of disease and also the incidence of colds and flus and viruses. So if for no other reason than to be healthy, you need a positive outlook. And I think that's why you see, I saw it in a lot of my research, and that poor people are unhealthy. They're unhealthy for a lot of reasons, but I think a big factor is their negativity.
Well, Tom, I think the other thing is always worth bringing back to the fact that true wealth has nothing to do with how much money you've got, how big your stock portfolio is, how much assets you've got. True wealth is what you're left with when they take away all your material assets, and it's your health. it's your family, it's your friends, it's your ability to grow and to contribute to the community. So, in fact, it's no use being wealthy if you're in a hospital bed, is it, Tom?
No, and actually, you make a good point. One of the individuals in my study said, I can't make money from a hospital bed.
Sure.
And so you want to be healthy, not only to make money, but also to build those relationships. And what makes you healthy, what keeps you healthy is a positive outlook.
I think one of the other factors about having a positive mental outlook is it actually helps you focus on what you're aiming at rather than being sidetracked by all those negative thoughts, Tom.
Yeah, so this individual named B.L. Fredrickson did a famous study. It's called the Broaden and Build study. And in that study, they found, the researchers found that if you have positive emotions, you actually increase your ability to focus. You actually increase your IQ. And this ability to focus and increase your IQ also has they found another correlation, and that was that it increases your risk tolerance, these positive emotions. So, let's put it this way, if you have a positive outlook, you're going to think you're going to be successful. So you're going to have a higher risk tolerance because you believe in yourself. And self-esteem and confidence is a big factor in success. So, this positive outlook is like one of the dominoes that triggers a lot of other dominoes.
Sure. I think the more you believe you're in control of your life, the better your actions are going to be. And you're going to act very differently if you feel that you're the pilot of your life rather than the passenger. You've already explained that there are some health benefits to having a positive outlook. I've also read some information that it actually increases your brain power. Can you actually affect your IQ? Can the way you think change your brain power?
Yeah, so there's a couple of studies on this that I have written about, and one of those studies, they found that if you have a negative outlook, you actually decrease your IQ by 15%.
Really?
So negativity reduces your IQ by 15%. Positivity, you could look at it this way, increases your IQ by 15%. So, when you're starting a business or you're trying to be successful, Michael, I would guess you want to have as much brain power working for you as you can. And, the path to that is having a positive mental outlook. It increases the power of the prefrontal cortex, which is the command and control center of the brain.
In fact, I was thinking, as you were saying a moment ago, about positivity increasing your health. Does it actually have any effect on your lifespan?
Yeah, it does. And there's Moskowitz did a study in 2003 that's pretty famous, and they found that those who had a positive mindset, a positive mental outlook, who were optimistic, they lived longer than the individuals in this study who had a negative mindset. This was one of those what they call longitudinal studies, where they track the people from a very young age all the way until adulthood. They found that the longevity was greater for the individuals who had a positive outlook in life.
So people with a negative outlook don't live as long. But Tom, if you think about it, life probably seems a lot longer for them and a lot more miserable. So in summary, I guess what you're saying is that positive people are more successful.
That's right. And there's another study I want to highlight, the Union College psychology study done by Christopher Chabris and Joshua Hart. And they found that success was directly correlated with a positive mindset. So you're going to be more successful than the average Joe who has a negative mindset if you have a positive mindset. You're just going to succeed more. You actually, by having a positive mental outlook, you actually eliminate a large chunk of the competition because they're not going to be able to be as successful as you are.
Well, what we're going to have to do, Tom, is have a separate session on how you get a positive mental outlook, because clearly we know that there are great benefits from it now. And one way of doing that is hanging around with the right sort of people. One way is to develop some rich habits. And another way, I guess, is to get rid of some of your poor habits, which interestingly is a great segue into our book, Rich Habits, Poor Habits, which is going to discuss a lot about how you can become one of the more successful people here. If you've ever wondered why the rich keep getting richer and how you can become one of them, go to richhabitspoorhabits.com, click on the link there and buy your own copy of this book. Tom, thank you so much for sharing the results of your study. And I know you did a bit of reading during that because you wanted to actually get the name of those researchers, but I think that's really important because what it shows is it's not just what you think or what you feel. What we are discussing in these sessions really is based on not only your own research, but a lot of good third-party peer-reviewed research.
Yeah, I mean, it's all fine and good, for me to be spouting off about my research, but I think what really makes it relevant is that there's an abundance of research data out there that supports my own study. And I think it lends credibility to what we're trying to do, which is help people become aware of the habits that they have so that they can, tweak them and improve their lives. So if you know that there's real hard data out there that supports what we're saying, I think you'll be more apt to maybe embrace this. And that's what we hope.
Fantastic. So thanks again for spending the time with me. I look forward to our session next week, Tom.
Same here, Michael.